Just a few years ago, I was working, managing a restaurant, living paycheck to paycheck. And while I loved my job and it was amazing and I loved the people that I worked with, this whole lifestyle for me, like the long hours, the living paycheck to paycheck, it wasn't for me anymore. And I knew that there had to be more out there. So when I decided that the restaurant industry just wasn't for me anymore, the late nights, the 2 a.m.s, the open to closes, the clopens, if you are in the industry, you know what I mean. It wasn't for me anymore. And I actually decided to use my business degree and go out and see what corporate jobs were out there. This is not a picture of my office. I couldn't find a picture, but I ended up going and finding a marketing and human resources job. And I had an office and I thought like, oh, the 9 to 5 life, like this is going to be for me. This is what everybody says I need to be doing in order to be successful. I'm going to work my way up the corporate ladder. This is going to be great. It was not great. It's so funny, but I actually took a salary decrease when I went to go get this corporate job. And I was like, okay, I'm going to trade working less hours, but I know now I'm going to make less money because I wasn't getting tips or anything anymore. And I took a salary decrease and I was struggling like so badly where I was just like, I don't even have enough money every single month after I pay all my bills to like pay my car insurance. Like there's no fun money whatsoever. It's like constantly a penny pinching every single month. And I was like, enough is enough. Like there has to be something different than this. And so I was like, okay, I'll keep this corporate job for the steady paycheck, but like I mean, I could go back and get a part-time job serving, but I had just gotten out of that industry and I was like, I don't want to take a step backwards. So I actually went and searched online how to make money online. Listen, I had no evidence that this was going to work. I did not know what I was doing. But actually, funny story, I went to my boss and I actually asked for a raise at that corporate job. I kind of told him my story and everything. And, I didn't get the raise anyways. Long story short, I didn't get the raise. And so I was so pissed off that I actually went home that same day and I looked up like, how do I make money online? And I started my business that same day. Like, it's so funny because I kind of started out of spite. But in a way, I was so driven. I was like, there has to be something more for me out there than living from paycheck to paycheck and stressing all the time. Anyway, so I ended up starting my business and I started as like a virtual assistant and then I moved on to being a social media manager. And now I just support other women in building their businesses because I was able to build my business to 7 figures and make multiple millions over the past 4 years. So like, I can't imagine not doing what I do right now in mentorship and coaching and showing other women how to build incredibly successful businesses online, how to market, how to create content, how to create and generate sales, how to like position themselves online. Like there's so much opportunity for you. And now I've been able to go on and help other of my clients build their own multi 6 and 7 figure companies and change their entire lives. One thing is you got to have a lot of grit. You have a lot of dedication. And one of the things that, TikTok will tell you about starting an online business is that it's easy and that, you can work for 2 hours a day and make 10K months or whatever, bullshit they're trying to spin on you so that you buy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really freaking hard work. You're going to have to put in the effort and time. At the same time, an online business is still a business. And I think that this is where a lot of people mess it up. They think, oh, if I'm working online, I could just travel and I could just be at home all the time and I could just post on social media a couple times a day and like, boom, I'm going to make all this money. That's just not the realities of the situation. Like for me, to build to where I am right now, it was so much work. It was long days, it was weekends, but I put in all of that work now. And now I'm at this point where, yeah, sure, we make over $100,000 every single month, but I can, be in my office, film a TikTok, be cuddled up in my Taylor Swift blanket, go watch Netflix. My fiance's cooking me lunch right now. I'm going to go have a long lunch break and maybe watch an episode of my show. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to do client calls and do the things. But like to get to this point, it wasn't easy. Now it's like I can snap my fingers and have people buy my offers. It wasn't always like that. And a lot of people come into this online business with this expectation of overnight success. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be overnight success. Even if you have a business right now and you're doing really well in it and you want to scale it, again, it's going to be hard work to scale. A lot of people think, oh, scaling means that you work less in your business and make more. While yes, that's technically the definition, in order to actually get to that point where you've scaled your business, you have to put in the effort and the work to actually get to that point, of having the systems, of having the offers, of having the community, of having all of those things in place. It's going to take a lot of work. So If you want more of my journey and tips and tricks and all of the things in what it takes to really build your business and see the success, follow along. Let's talk about it. You have so much power where you're able to just, you can change your life. You can change your business. You can start making more sales, but you have to be able to put in that work and that grit. And if you're here and you're still watching this, like, you're my people, follow along and let's chat.